Hello again. So this is part 2 of a video I'm filming today. I've done my usual Flosstube and now I'm going to do a recap of Stitch in London. I know not everyone wants to look at retreat stuff, so I thought, and also it would have been really long, so I thought I would split in half. Hello, if you are just watching this video. I'm in a different location today. The builders have basically kicked me out of my house, so I've come to my mum and dad's. So that's why you've got a different background today, slightly different lighting. Can't decide if it's better or worse. It might be better, you know. So I'm right in front of a big window. So yeah, I just thought this video could be a nice recap of everything that went on in Stitch in London, all of the vendors, all of my amazing table mates and fellow stitchers that I spent time with, and obviously a lot of haul and a lot of Stitchy kindness gifts to show you. So yeah, I better crack on, otherwise it's going to be a really long video. For those of you who don't know, Stitch in London is a UK retreat that takes place in Watford, and it's organised by Marie at Stitches and Diamonds. Marie is incredible. She works tirelessly. How she gets all of this done on her own, I don't know, and I am so grateful because it is hands down the best retreat. It's brilliant. Everyone sort of agrees that no matter how many different retreats we've been to, the Stitch in London is always the best, because it's big enough to be super fun, but it's small enough to still be intimate, and just a fantastic place to meet and chat with like-minded stitchers. So it's really good fun. This is, I believe, the 3rd year. I'm basing that on my own experience. So the first year I didn't attend, but Marie kindly vended some of my cotton and clay stitching products for me there. The 2nd year, last year, I did attend and it was incredible. And this is the 3rd year, I believe. I think the 1st year it was about 50 people. The 2nd year, Marie increased it to about 70, I think, or 75 people. But the room in the holidays at the Holiday Inn in Watford Junction, and the room is sort of, it is perfect for 50 people. 70 was a little bit of a squish last year. So Marie decided that this year to split into 2 different weekends and have 50 people at each, because she's just so incredible. So she's working doubly hard to run 2 retreats this year. I was at weekend 1, and if you are watching this, if I get this up in time, then weekend 2 will be this coming weekend, where loads more of you will be joining. So if you are someone who is going to weekend 2 and you're watching this, then I'm jealous because you get to do it all, and I wish I could do it all again, and trust me, you're going to have an amazing time. So originally, because I'm a vendor and I'd done some pre-orders, originally Marie asked me if I would arrive early and help her with registration, which initially I said yes to, and then realised that the retreat is starting at 12 today when it was starting at 2, I think, last year, and I got all confused, and realised there was no way I was going to get to Watford for 12 because I had to drop my daughter off and get to the station and schlep my massive suitcase of stock and clothes and stitching all over London. So I said I wouldn't actually be able to help her, but I would give out my pre-orders later on, which she, very sweet, she said that was fine. In the end, so I was worried that I wasn't going to be there for the start at midday. In the end, I got there just in time, so it was amazing. So yeah, we all got there. The wonderful Charlie Feathers had agreed to save me a seat on her table, of awesome lovelies who I will talk about very shortly. So that was amazing. When we arrived, we had welcome gifts on our table. So I might as well just show you now what was in them. I'll try and do this video in a logical order, but who knows. So yes, we had one of these, super handy. I use these if I'm not using a fancy handmade project bag. This is what I use to put my projects in, so it's always handy to have an extra one of these. And this is what we got inside our welcome gifts. Let me just ease it out. So I think what Marie did was really sensible. So the first 2 years, she arranged for an exclusive pattern with all the floss and fabric, choice of fabric, etc., to be included in your retreat price. But this year she decided actually let's not do that. We'll do, you know, you can choose to add on an exclusive kit at a later date, which I will get to, because obviously I did that because I'm not well when it comes to shopping. But you know, it's hard to tell what everyone's going to like, and then you've got the complication of making sure everyone has the right fabric that they prefer to stitch on. So instead she said, let's not do that, and we'll have extra catering instead, which was perfect, and really good catering, by the way. And instead she said, oh, I'll just do a small welcome gift, but it's still an amazing welcome gift. So we've got the bag, as I showed you. We've got this adorable wooden Stitch in London thread organiser, which is from Daria Makes. I don't know if you recall, but I won one of the little packages that Daria made at Big Stitch, which had a floss drop and a really cute needle minder and sort of bobbin, what's the word she uses? Like you use it to park your threads. So she's like a real up and coming accessories maker. She is based in the US, so you do have to pay the shipping if you order from her. However, for the last couple of retreats, she seems to be like gifting little items to have in your retreat, which is amazing. I love this. I love that it's wooden, it's super smooth, and it has the awesome Stitch in London October 2024. So it's a really lovely memento. I will put a link or her Instagram name down below so you can go and follow her. We had a highlighter, which is always handy. I think this came in that. It's quite hard to keep track of all the amazing gifts that people give you. We had this lovely note, thank you so much for being here. And it's a floss ring bling. And it's got part of the Stitch in London exclusive pattern inside it, which I'll get to the pattern later on. But it's absolutely beautiful. Again, a lovely little memento. We got some awesome London themed stickers. We got this, she'd created this for us where we can like write our pattern wish list and contacts and who was at my table and stuff. I should have actually used that rather than writing on my phone and then having to dig everything out. Whoops. I'm on a much smaller table at my mum's, so forgive me if things go for a burden. And also we did get an exclusive pattern, which is this adorable Stitch in London tomato pin cushion pattern from the lovely YasminMadeWithLove. So I wasn't expecting that, and it's really sweet, and I'll definitely be stitching that at some point. So thank you so much, Yas. So all of that came inside our welcome present, which was on our table when we arrived. I'm gonna just lean over and put that over there so I don't lose it. So yeah, we had our welcome, and then it was quite a nice, easy, slow start. There's no pressure to like be there from the get-go, and unlike other retreats, it's quite relaxed. Like Marie comes on the mic and there is a schedule and there is plenty of activities, but it's not militant, you know. It's not like, you know, this at this time and this at this. It's not like that. It's not overly scheduled. It's just scheduled to a perfect amount. So it was quite nice. People who were getting there a little bit later had plenty of time to arrive, settle in, start stitching, all the rest of it. Just to tell you about my table, I was just my table last year was incredible as well. I've been so lucky with my table mates at Stitch in London. So as I say, lovely Charlie Feathers allowed me to sit with her and her buddies. So on our table we had Charlie Feathers, Kim from Stitchy Squirrels, Sarah from Cross Stitch Sarah, YasminMadeWithLove, and I'm like a super fan, so that was amazing having her there. We had the lovely Rosemary, the amazing Hazel. Hazel is basically a retreat legend. She spends all retreat just going around handing out handmade gifts that she's made. She's absolutely lovely person. Obviously I knew of her before because she's a bit of a legend, but it was nice to actually get to know her a bit better and have a nice chat with her, and it was lovely, and I really hope I see her again soon. And then we had Ness from Ness Craft, who is one of my favourite bag makers. So yeah, it was like a star table. I was so happy to be on that table, and yeah, it was really fun. We started cracking on with our stitching. We had a few vendors there on the first day. The majority of the vendors, including myself, were on the Saturday, and then Marie was also selling some bits on the final day as well. As I say, Marie was absolutely working her bum off. She is incredible, and her lovely husband, affectionately named Mr. Marie, was there as well, helping her as usual, and it was wonderful to see. Yeah, it was just great. So what next? Why don't I show you some of my other table gifts? Now, I didn't even know, so this is only my 4th ever retreat. Last year's Stitch in London was the first time I'd ever been to a retreat, and it was only by chance, because of a question on the Facebook page the week before that one, that I realised that table gifts were even a thing, and I was so glad I did, because I was able to put something very small together. This year, oh yeah, I was going to tell you what I gave for my table gift, but honestly I can't even remember. I know there was a scissor fob in there. It was just a lot of cotton and clay goodies, a scissor fob, a needle minder in a little pouch. But the table gifts that people create for these retreats is just insanely beautiful, amazing. Like, you come away with so many little bits and they're so wonderful. So let me just show you those quickly. So first of all, these gorgeous handmade pins. Let me bring them over, which were from Kim at Stitchy Squirrels. So pretty. They're counting pins, which I've not used, but I feel like I need to use them. So, oh, just excuse, that's just my mum in the background. Told you I was at my parents' today. It's okay. And she's sorting out lunch for me, so I really can't complain. So they were beautiful. They were from Kim, and we also had some chocolates in there as well, which obviously I ate. Vegan chocolate, which was really, really, really good. Best. I didn't even know vegan chocolate could be good, but these were really nice. So thank you so much, Kim. And then from Charlie at Charlie Feathers, of course, we had some beautiful floss drops. Let me show you properly. And ring bling. It's almost too light in here, you know. Just show you a few. I think she said these were made from postcards from the V&A museum, which always have these incredible postcards. So these are stunning and so pretty, and I can't wait to use them. They were from Charlie. Sarah on my other side. Oops. Sarah on my other side gave us a beautiful little pouch. And I'll show you in a little bit, but there is the small that comes in Yasmin's retreat exclusive design. Sarah's thinking is that could be finished on this pouch, and I think it will fit exactly right, so that's gorgeous. And then inside we got loads of lovely goodies. Got a orc tin, really cute needle minder, Big Ben on, needle, lovely sticker, so sweet. And then, oh, this was new to me, I didn't know about this. This is an amazing tip. A couple of mascara brushes, and apparently these are really good for if you, so you know when you frog and you end up with loads of little bits left on your fabric, apparently these are great for like getting rid of those. So amazing, didn't even know that that was a thing, so I'll definitely be trying that out because I'm always frogging. And some beautiful London colour thread. So thank you, Sarah, such an awesome present. All these presents are awesome, like it's just amazing the effort that people put into their like stitching gifts is just wonderful. On the second, where are we getting to? Oh, this one. God, so pretty. So Rosemary on our table hand stitched us all something, and it's gorgeous. Stitch in London bookmark. How pretty is that? And she made one for everyone on the table. Like when people stitch something together, I'm just like, that blows my mind because that takes up so much time, and it's just amazing to me. I love it. I really appreciate it. Plus I'm massively back into reading lately, so that will definitely get used. Like an idiot, I just realised that I don't have Yaz's present on the table. So yeah, I'll find you a picture though. Yaz gave us all a YasminMadeWithLove mug. Like the most amazing quality mug. I even brought it with me today, but I've left it out there and I don't want to, you know me, I don't edit very well, so, but I will put a picture or I'll put a link to show you a picture. Really beautiful, amazing mug, which I can't wait to drink out of. What else did we get? So I think that was that everything on, oh, and obviously these incredible gifts from Hazel. I was gonna say, I knew that wasn't everyone on my table. So from Hazel, got a gorgeous pin cushion. She did all different ones. I instantly picked this one because it's all autumnal. Stunning. Another adorable pin cushion, look. She makes these herself. It's insane, like she's so talented. And as if that's not enough, she then gave us all these gorgeous little pouch with lovely pin in. And inside, loads more gifts. Like, she's amazing, the most amazing, lovely lady. So inside we got a lovely scissor fob. I think she chose ones with ducks on for me, which when she realised who I was and that we had the crack along and all that stuff. Lovely scented little drawer freshener. And look, more ducks, more beautiful floss cards, all inside this amazing pouch. Seriously, like, I've been so spoiled. I'm so grateful for everything that I received at the retreat because it was all incredible. So that was my table. And then I had a few gifts from outside of my table as well, which was just like wonderful. Let me just quickly do this up because I don't want to, I am on a small table today and I don't want to spill anything. Just move these over here. Okay. So yes, a few gifts from other tables. This one, I believe, now I just had to ask the girls on our table because you get given so many presents and then you're all overwhelmed and you forget who's actually giving it to you. But I believe these were from Emma. And it's another, I mean, this is a genius tool. I can't wait to use this. This one's got glitter in. A tape measure, which is always really handy because it says Stitch in London 2024. And, oh, I was going to say a needle threader, but I don't actually think that I'm not sure what that is. An unpicker? Maybe it's an unpicker. Don't know, let me know, because it's bound to be something I want to use. I'm loving all these little tips and tricks. So thank you, Emma. I hope I got your name right. I'm so sorry if I didn't. Oh, also, this is just a little extra little thank you to Kim, who I sit next to, and she was working on this, and this is a pattern that I've loved for ages, and she just finished it, so she gave me the pattern for this one. Pintini Pintini. Love it so much. Thank you, Kim. Right, what else? So, my lovely friend Shell, Cheesecake and Cross Stitch, we've just become good buddies over the last, well, she was a customer. We used to chat occasionally before the Caterpillar retreat back in July. But since then we've chatted all the time, and she's absolutely lovely. And she brought me a pattern just as a present. We weren't even on the same table. And it's so gorgeous because it's butterflies. So it's Silver Creek Samplers, Wings of Change. And I'll give you the story on this one. So, my Instagram handle is butterflystitches83, and the reason I use butterfly in like all my email and everything like that is because after I had my son 10 years ago, if you've watched me from the beginning, you'll have heard this story before, so I apologise. When I had my son 11 years ago actually, I had postnatal depression quite severely, and as part of my recovery I started a blog called The Butterfly Mother. And the whole concept was, you know, butterfly, you go through something difficult and you're transformed into something more beautiful on the other side. And ever since then, I've just used butterfly for lots of things. So that's when I started my Instagram for cross stitch. I just called it Butterfly Stitches. Anyway, all Shell knew about this was that I was Butterfly Stitches and that I liked butterflies. She didn't know the rest of the story. And yet, by sheer chance, she's brought me this beautiful pattern that says, the butterfly is proof that you in darkness can be transformed too. And Like, it couldn't be any more perfect, and I just wanted to cry when I had that realisation. So thank you so much to my friend Shell. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that. This lovely lady, Anne-Marie, who again I met at the Caterpillar retreat. She was in my hotel. She came round later on in the retreat with a big huge pile of patterns that she was going to put on the D-stash table, and she'd won a really amazing prize in the raffle. So instead of putting them on the D-stash table and selling them, she decided to just gift them to whoever was around at the time, and she came to our table and I just chose from her stash. So that was really, really sweet of her. So I chose Oodles of Autumn from Bent Creek. It's such a nice pattern. I'd never even seen it before, but the owls and the pumpkin and the fox and the squirrel, they're all beautiful. So thank you so much, Anne-Marie. What's next? Oh, and Whitney, who is amazing, Crafty Whitney on Instagram. She designed a free pattern that she's since put on the Facebook group for anyone to use, which is just like so amazing. And for us lucky few, she also gave us a little kit that she'd made for said pattern. So again, we're in one of these lovely bags, which are always handy. I thought I was going to show, no, I thought, am I accidentally showing the pattern? But I'm not, this is just the picture. So stitching friends are the best. Isn't this pattern lovely? I told her she should start designing like properly. And then inside, she's put everything you need to make it. So some fabric, like a finishing frame, some floss, because you could pick whatever colour you want for this, and some super cute scissors. And she put them all in a kit with the pattern and handed that out to me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Whitney. She also, earlier on, had been handing out these gorgeous little charms, scissor charms, to everyone as well. She had all different ones, but I've picked this lovely, all right, I've got this lovely heart one. Turn around. She said, oh, you'd feel free to swap with anyone. I'm like, I'm not swapping, I love this one. So thank you, Whitney. And the only other, and gosh, so lucky. So Lizzie from this Mrs. Fisher Stitches, I've said her Instagram name wrong. I'm going to put it down below. She came up to me and said, I just wanted to give you like a thank you present for your Flosstube and what have you. And it's so stunning. So she's made, look at this, beautiful little Ort jar. There's a bee charm in the bottom. She's stitched this little bee on top, attached it, and then this other beautiful little glass bee stuck in. It's so gorgeous. I love bees. I always need an Ort jar, and it's stunning. So thank you so much, Lizzie. Like, I just appreciate that so much. So thank you. Put that over there so that's safe. And then the final thing that was kind of stitchy kindness, if you like, is from the freebie table. So a lot of retreats, including this one, have a freebie table, and it's kind of like you bring something that you have stitched already or you don't want anymore, put it on the freebie table, and the idea is however much you've put down, you can take. So I put my chart for Honeybee Quaker on, and I picked up this one, which is Silver Needle Just Nan. Is that the name of the pattern? Not totally sure. Oh no, so maybe Just Nan is the designer and the pattern is Silver Needle. I don't know, I'm rubbish at this stuff. Anyway, super pretty. They're not really, I think it was actually Charlie I found out that had put this on the table. I absolutely love it. They're not really my colours, so I would probably do this in like bolder colours or in autumnal colours. But yeah, really pretty. So I grabbed that from the freebie table. Oh, okay, so let's move on from all the gifts. I'm so grateful, it's amazing, and like my gifts just felt like pale in comparison, honestly. Just thank you so much to everyone who gave me a gift. Thank you also to people who'd seen my Flosstube and came over and asked me how my kitchen was going and how it was not having my business open at the moment and stuff like that. It was just so nice of you. Yeah, like so nice of you. It was just amazing. Everyone there was so friendly and sweet. So that was my table. That was my presents. On the table next to us was Whitney, as I mentioned, Shell, as I mentioned, and Sally from Flossy Sews and Grows. So it was lovely to chat to her. Also, lots of other lovely ladies on that table. Everyone there was lovely, to be honest. Chatting to lots of different people, some that I knew, some that I didn't. It was really, really fun. Some who were customers. Yeah, it was good fun. So let's talk Friday vendors. So on Friday we had Claire from Love Poppet. Now you guys know I've been fangirling over Love Poppet for about the last 3 or 4 videos. She is rapidly becoming my new favourite designer. She is amazing. Her patterns are incredible. Her Patreon has had these beautiful patterns already, and it's really reasonable as well. She's amazing. So it was great when I found out she was going to be there. It was great to like see her and say hello and talk to her and stuff, and I think she did really well as well, because her designs are so wonderful. I didn't actually buy any kits from her, purely because I've still got about 6 of hers or something on my either my whip or my to stitch list. However, I did get this adorable wooden needle minder. She does these amazing needle minders that I've been wanting to get my hands on one for ages. And I got this squirrel, and she even does the backs to the needle minders as well. She does lots of different designs of these, and they're super cute, so recommend checking out her website. I really also recommend her Patreon. Amazing projects, and a really lovely lady as well, so it was great to meet you, Claire. So Claire was one of the vendors. Who else was a vendor on Friday? Linda at the Sampler Guild was there. I will show you some bits that I got from her during the haul section. And Yasmin from Made with Love was, she ended up vending on the Friday and the Saturday. And again, I will get to her as well in a minute. So yeah, Friday was just wonderful. We just all got to know each other. Friday night we went and got food, and we had just like some amazing conversations. Closed it. Our table, I think, was last going to bed and last leaving every day. So it was brilliant. So I think we stitched all the way up to 11 o'clock on day 1. Day 2, I was vending. So I was showing my wares from Cotton and Clay. Those of you who this is your first time watching one of my videos, I've got a handmade stitch and accessories company where I sell polymer clay, needle minders, floss rings, scissor fobs. My shop is currently on hiatus because I'm having home renovations and I don't have an oven. There's nothing in my kitchen. As of today, there was nothing at all in my kitchen because they're latex in the floor. So I had to temporarily close my Etsy shop. However, if you don't already, please feel free to follow me on my Instagram, and I will be reopening hopefully next month as soon as we're back up and running at home. But I'd prepared all of my stock in advance. And I was selling on the Saturday, and it was just great fun. I love meeting my customers face to face. It's always nerve-wracking, like I'm always nervous, but at the same time so excited. So thank you so much to everyone who came to browse or to buy from me. I really appreciate every single sale and every single conversation, so thank you so much. Other vendors on Saturday were Charlie Feathers, who was my table mate and my vending table mate, selling her beautiful, her stuff is just stunning. I'm going to show you in a minute what I bought from her. Beautiful hand-drawn floss drops and needle minders and ring bling. Also we had Yasmin again who was vending. We had Letitia at Korry's Little Stitch Shop. Is that right? Korry's Little Shop? Might be Korry's Little Shop. Again, I'm going to link all of these into the notes so you guys can go shop with everyone. One thing I did want to highlight is, Letitia at Korry's Little Shop specialise in threads. And I don't just mean thread. I mean any thread you can possibly think of. She's got like a massive range of weak style works, classic colour works, Gentle Arts, all the usual fancy flosses. And if she doesn't have it on her website, she can always get a hold of it. So that's amazing, because you don't always have easy access to that in the UK. But she also has all these amazing specialty threads that I've not even used. She has Krennic, she's got DMC, Diamond, you know, like the metallics. She's got Aurifil, which is also something you don't get that often. So many different threads, specialty threads. If she can't get it for you, you probably can't get it. She's amazing, and she had so much stock with her. And one thing I wanted to highlight is she's actually doing an advent calendar, and I think, if I recall, it's £95 and you get a different thread every day. Just a selection from all of her different threads that she stocks and supplies, which, if you are wanting to try specialty threads or just build up your thread collection, it's amazing. I was very tempted, to be honest, but I have already got 3 advent calendars this year, and I thought that was a bit excessive to get a 4th. But yeah, I definitely urge you to go and check out her Instagram and find out more about that if that's something you might be in the market for. So yes, we had her, we had Ness's Craft, which she just bought so many bags with her, and there really wasn't that many left by the end because we love them so much. So many beautiful project bags. Again, I bought one which I'll show you shortly. Marie was selling her brand new fabric. So Marie of Stitches and Diamonds has just started Swan Bay fabrics. She's launched it at Stitch in London, and it will be open for general perusal in the coming weeks. Her fabric is gorgeous. Her specialism is going to be in the small accounts, because it's sometimes pretty hard to get small account fabric consistently in the UK. And I've so far only gone down to 32. That's my limit, although I am moving, like this time, Stitch in London last year I was only a 14 count Ada stitcher, and now I've sort of started on even weave 28, and I've just started on 32 count linen, so I'm getting there. Not that there's any there to get to, you stitch on whatever you want, but that, I think the small accounts are going to be Marie's specialism, but she is doing pre-orders for, or she will be doing pre-orders for 32 count, so I'll be approaching her for Christmas presents, I believe, from my husband, to get my hands on some of that. But the colours, oh my gosh, you need to go and visit the Swan Bay Fabrics Instagram, where she's showing all the colours. I will link all this down below. The colours are just stunning. I've never seen hand-dyed fabric like it. So yeah, I urge you to go and check her out, and big congratulations to Marie for such an amazing, successful launch. Also on fabrics, we had Megan from Coffee Craft, always beautiful fabrics. I've got loads of her fabrics, and I bought one more at the retreat, obviously. What else did we have? Have I missed someone? Well, let me check my list to make sure I haven't missed anyone. No, I haven't. On Sunday though, Marie, or later on Saturday and on Sunday, Marie switched up her shop again. So she was selling, she had a selection of Roxy Floss from Evertote, and also she'd been taking pre-orders for that, so I'll show you the Roxy Floss that I got. But she also started selling the Vintage Country Mocha, which is the called for fabric for Yaz's exclusive retreat piece, again, which we'll talk about in a minute. So she was selling that, and then on the Sunday she started selling loads of charts, including quite a lot of trees at Koga, which can be very difficult to get in the UK. Marie, one of the most amazing things about Stitch in London is she manages to get stuff that isn't that easy to get to sell in her shop, which is just wonderful. So I think I've covered all the vendors. I just want to share a couple more highlights before I move on to my haul. What was lovely is Shell Cheesecake and Cross Stitch that I mentioned earlier. We wanted to get a picture, so we're both currently stitching the Big Stitch exclusive from Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery, and we've both chosen to do it in paint box threads, but she's chosen like this beautiful pastel palette, and I've chosen this amazing Brights palette, and they're both equally gorgeous. but the contrast of the two is just wonderful, and we definitely wanted to get a picture of us together. And we're at the moment, we're both at the exact same point in the project. So I've got a great picture, which you'll see on my Instagram, of us holding up our projects and having them side by side. Mine's a 28, hers is a 32, so, or it might be 36, so it's like a mama and a baby. And yeah, that was an awesome moment. As I said, having these amazing chats with my table mates, especially over dinner, we were having some great deep conversations, and it was wonderful. That was an amazing highlight. And also having the quacker photos. So in my recent standard floss tube, I'm having this as a Flosstube extra. I'm talking about it in a bit more detail. I think that one's going to go up before this one. Who knows? But they'll go up roughly the same time. But basically, there was so the quack along began. It was born out of Big Stitch, and it was amazing to see some of the ladies that are working on that project. There was about half a dozen of us. We all had a photo together. We all looked at each other's projects. We were doing it all on different fabrics and with different flosses. And then we had a photo with them all laid out as well. And everyone had one of my little duck needle minders as well, which was just so lovely. So yeah, that was wonderful. That was a wonderful moment. And again, on Saturday night, my table closed the show. We were up till 11 p.m. again. Yeah, it was great fun. Also on the Saturday, we had a quiz. I will just say we were robbed. And we also did an amazing raffle. So Maria had organised a raffle to raise money for Great Ormond Street. And it was, so the table fees that we paid to be vendors went towards it, I believe, and we all donated items to go in the raffle. And she also sourced loads of other incredible prizes. The prizes were amazing. We were all desperate to win. But seeing the ladies who did win was just wonderful. Yeah, it was great. Particularly Lizzie, when Lizzie won, it was wonderful to see. So that was a fantastic highlight as well. And Marie raised a really nice amount of money for Great Ormond Street, which is obviously an awesome cause. So that was wonderful. Day 3 was a bit more relaxed. We had 2 classes that were voluntary. I didn't actually do either of the classes, but it looks like they were fantastic. But it was a bit more relaxed. Everyone could just kind of chat and chill and finish up on their stitching, and it was just lovely. The whole retreat was beautiful, and I was very sad to go home. But it was great. I really hope there's going to be another one next year. Please, 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 please. And yeah, that's about all I can say about the actual retreat. I'm probably forgetting lots of wonderful moments, and I'm so sorry if I've not mentioned you. And it's really hard to remember, especially when my head's all over the place with all this life stuff at the moment. But let's move on to haul. That'll probably inspire lots of other things for me to talk about as well. So, try to put things in a decent order. Whether I manage it, who knows. Right, so sorry for the crackling noise. First of all, I want to talk about Yasmin's retreat exclusive. Again, in my recent Flosstube number 8, I talk about it in a lot more detail, but I just want to quickly show it again on here. So YasminMadeWithLove designed an exclusive pattern for this retreat, which is this one, and it came in this wonderful book. And in the back of the book, she put spaces for you to go around the retreat and leave messages for each other, contact details, that kind of thing, for like making new friends, which is wonderful. So it's a really great book. It's also got all 3 of these patterns in. She also offered the chance to buy one of these handmade boxes, which I did. So I'm going to stitch this box top one to put on the box, and then I'm going to use the box to store all my lovely retreat presents in. I'm also going to stitch this little one here as well. So again, I'll talk about that in more detail in my Flosstube number 8 if you want to know more. But just to show you it again on here, sorry, I'm duplicating a little bit, but I'm aware that not everyone watches every video, and why would you? So that's where I've got to on mine. I've decided to use a combination of the two colours rather than just the monochrome. And the colours that we got for it were Roxy Floss Merlot and Roxy Floss Royale. And I also bought this beautiful bag to store it in. So lovely. I absolutely love it. Look at the inside. Oh my God. Had to get this. Absolutely had to get this to store it in. She had loads of her gorgeous bags there. That's the one I had to get. Oh, for anyone who's not seen it, just because I happen to have it on me, here is the exclusive needle minder that I made for cotton and clay. This is my one. They don't all have that line down the middle. I picked one that had a flaw to be mine. I also did an accessory, like matching floss ring and scissor fob as well. Okay, so that was that. Absolutely stunning. Thank you, Yas. I can't wait to stitch more on that one. Gorgeous. I also bought another project bag at this retreat, and this is this one from Ness at Ness Craft Room, and it's so pretty. As soon as I saw this one, I knew it was the one I had to have. I actually dashed over before because I was vending as well. I was really aware that I'd be vending and then I wouldn't be able to like get everything that I needed to buy myself. So I dashed over and snuck in and bought this one before we were even officially meant to be opening. So thank you so much for letting me do that, Ness. But look at this gorgeous fabric. Look at these birds and look at the inside fabric, this amazing mustard colour. Gorgeous. The Ness's project bags are just the best. I love them. So that was my other project bag purchase. Let's do fabric. So I got this amazing grey fabric. It's Spygart Vintage Grey, 32 count. And I got this from Linda at Zartke Guild on Friday. Look at the mottling on that. It's gorgeous. Amazing price as well. It's darker in real life. The light is making it look lighter. Absolutely love it. Like incredible price. I think she was charging $16.50 for 27-inch squared piece. Absolutely amazing. So I've got that to stitch. I'm going to use that. I'm trying to only buy fabric that I'm going to use for something, rather than just having a big fabric stash. So I'm going to use this for my new start in the new year, which is In Praise of Pollinators by Blue Flower. Thought that would go well with that one. I also bought some vintage country mocha in 32 count from Marie's shop on the Sunday or the Saturday afternoon. Despite what I just said, I don't actually know what I'm stitching on this, but this is very neutral that lots of things could be stitched on. And I also bought some from Megan at Coffee Craft Fabric. Sorry for the noise. Some people don't like that. I'll get it out to show you. It's a really subtle, beautiful pink with lots of nice mottling. It's like a purpley pink. It's lovely. 28 count. And I'm going to be using this to stitch Big Hearted Tiny Town. Well, a tiny section of it anyway, to stitch on there. So I figure it's fine. If I've got a plan for the fabric, it's fine to buy. So let's do accessories next. So Charlie Feathers, I'm just like basically a super fan. Her stuff is so gorgeous. It's where I spent a lot of my money, to be honest. So I'll just show you what I got. First of all, I got this lovely butterfly ring bling. Stunning. And an octopus ring bling. And a fox needle minder. These illustrations are so beautiful. Let me come back a bit, you can't see them. And of course, a bee needle minder. Amongst the flowers. So lovely. And an incredible floss drop set. The minute she posted this on her Instagram, I was like, please put that one aside for me. I love it so much. And Yas had already asked the same thing. And then bless her, she made another set and I asked her to put it aside from me. I'm just going to flip through them. So I went to Kenya on my honeymoon 13 years ago. It was actually 13 years ago yesterday. And, oops. And as soon as I saw these, they just reminded me so much of that. And I just had to have them. Look at them. And these are different, like Charlie's really been branching out on her designs. And they're just, every one is more beautiful than the last. They're just so amazing. Look at the heart, it's so gorgeous. Oh, I don't know, this video might be quite long if I show you every single one. Oh, I've got to show you this one. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, they're all gorgeous. Oh, and this one, colours on this one are so my cup of tea. Absolutely lovely. Oh, this one as well. Yeah, so a really beautiful set. Oh, sorry, I nearly forgot my favourite one. This giraffe. Love it so much. And the name of this set as well, and what's stamped on it is the beauty of the world lies in its diversity, which is beautiful because I think that can extend to both people and animals. Absolutely wonderful. So I was very, very pleased with all of those gorgeous, gorgeous bits from Charlie Feathers. Thank you so much, Charlie, for being this amazing artist that you are. Other accessories that I got. I didn't think I'd spent that much this time. My husband was like, you really did. And now that I've put all this stuff together to show you guys, I'm realising that I did. Amazing new scissors. These were from Korry's little shop. Colours and the shine is like amazing in real life. And another new needle minder that I got from Megan's shop, Coffee Craft Fabrics. It says sociopath, but written like so, S-E-W. It's just really funny. Love something a bit funny, a bit edgy. So that was my accessories. Let's do floss next. Floss and patterns, and then I'm finally done. So Marie allowed us an opportunity to pre-order some Roxy floss. So Roxy floss is designed by Korry and is part of Evertote. And it's a Canadian-based company. So although their shipping isn't anywhere near as bad as some other companies, it's still a decent amount. So you have to I tend to buy from them when I'm going to buy a few things at once. So when Marie said she can get hold of some for the retreat and I can just choose whatever colours I want, obviously I did so. And these are the colours that I've picked. Some of these are earmarked most of these are earmarked for particular projects next year. So just got berry white, just a nice white, autumnal, blue raspberry, look at that one, Bellini. The names of these flosses are just wonderful. Flamingo, Dijon, figure of speech, lawn and order, love it, chili powder, a wonderful colour, throwback, and beachy keen. A lot of these I'm using in another New Year New Start, which is the giraffe pattern that I got from Haystack Stitching. So I'll show you some more of that when I start that project, and you'll see those threads on there. I also got some threads from Letitia at Korry's little shop, because as I say, she sources the most amazing fancy floss. So I got 2 skeins of Clockwork, and then I got some Pumpkin Pie, which I'm currently stitching with, so I don't have that with me. And then I also got all the called for colours for Big Hearted Tiny Town, which I'm going to start as a stitch along with Shell and Sarah. which are Weeks Dye Works Cocoa, Weeks Dye Works Hibiscus, and Classic Colourworks Licorice Red. That's an incredible colour. Cherry Tomato, Rosy Glow, Ripe Melon, and Sea Shelly. So they are my flosses. And let's move on to patterns, and then we'll finally be done. I'm well aware this video is already 50 minutes. So the patterns I got were, so this one, I got, so Talking Dog Stitchery, we were able to pre-order from them. They weren't there in person, but they're going to be there in person next weekend's retreat. So if you're on Stitch in London weekend 2, then you're in for a treat, because Talking Dog are just my favourite brand new pattern shop, and they have so many of my favourite designers. So I pre-ordered this one, Heart in Hand, it's one of the Heart in Hand doodles, and it's Maker. It's like perfect for cross stitching. Absolutely love it. And from the Sampler Guild store, I got a couple of, she had some incredibly reasonably priced older patterns, which I grabbed. So there's this one, Pumpkin Harvest. And then this one, which is a primitive jewel pattern, Shepherd's Heart. And several of my table mates, me, Sarah, Charlie and Kim and Hazel, have all got one of these patterns in various ones. Me and Sarah both got the sheep, and it comes with a little tag as well to make it, I think it's meant to be a necklace, which might be a bit random and big for a necklace, but I think I'm gonna turn it into like a really big floss ring or ring bling. So I haven't started that yet. I think I can get it stitched in like a day or two, but I've pre-ordered all the Weeks Dye Works floss to go with it, because I just love Weeks Dye Works. And the final 2 patterns that I got were Teresa Koga. As I said, on the Sunday, just when I thought I'd finished all my shopping, Marie brought out 2 massive long tables full of patterns, a lot of which were Teresa Koga, and I couldn't resist. So I've got this one, October's. I think sometimes scarecrows can be like really creepy, but these ones are super cute. So if ever I see any super cute ones. Plus I love what it says. I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers, because it's a wonderful month. Probably my favourite. And also this gorgeous book of 3 charts, which is seaworthy. Charlie picked this up as well. This main pattern is huge. I don't know if I'm going to be stitching the main pattern, because all of this sea would just take forever, even though I love it. But I really love the 2 smaller ones, especially this one. Let me find a bigger picture of that. The patterns in here are really, a lot of patterns from US designers are like quite small and monochrome, which I find quite tricky to read sometimes, but these are all colour and really big. I'm obviously not going to show you the patterns. You'll have to take my word for it. Oh, this picture's not much bigger. There we go. How pretty is that with the mermaid and the flowers and the whale? Or seahorse, that seahorse, yeah, lovely. So I'll probably stitch that one and potentially the small one, and then I think I'll probably just de-stash these patterns, because they're quite, as I say, it's quite tricky to get them in the UK. So it's just the mermaid. She's cute. She's a really cute mermaid. Love it. So they were the 2 that they were my final purchases of the retreat. So I think we're done. I hope that's given, if you've not been to a retreat before, I hope that's given you a bit of a flavour of what's involved. I've not even talked about half the stuff because this video would be ridiculously long if I did all that. If you're going to weekend 2 of Stitch in London next week, I wish you an amazing time, and you will have an amazing time. And look out for cotton and clay stuff because Marie will be selling some of my stock there, bless her. And if you're interested in going to a future Stitch in London retreat, I'm hoping, I've not actually had confirmation, but I'm assuming if we do the same as this year, she opens up tickets to be purchased by first come first serve to the people who've previously been to the retreat, and then they'll be open for wider sale. So if you make sure you're following Stitches and Diamonds on Instagram, then you'll find out all the information as and when that comes up. And if you know of any other retreats that are happening, I need to decide what I'm going to vend at next year, what I'm going to attend. So if you're running a retreat and you're looking for vendors, or if you know of anywhere that are looking for vendors, then please drop me a message, a comment down below, because I need to plan what I'm doing for myself and for my business next year. It's been an amazing time. I always come away a little bit sad that it's over, but happy that I've had so many incredible experiences and conversations and wonderful purchases and gifts and all the rest of it. So it's been absolutely brilliant. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. If you want to watch more, if you want to look at more stitching and more projects, then please feel free to check out my other regular videos instead of Flosstube Extra. And I will see you next time for another Flosstube. Thanks guys, take care, bye.